Hello everybody, it is me Darcy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast. Podcast where I sit here next to this guy for a bit of a time. We talk rubbish or anything else that comes to my mind.
Indeed.
As we often do, let's start things off with channel news. Kris, what's been happening this week? While you talk, I'm going to have a drink. My throat's now fucked.
Well, fair enough. So, on Monday, we released, by we, I mean Darcy, I still don't do anything other than show my face.
Which is just a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's your idea, not mine.
Why did we do it that way? All Kris does is rock up and be ugly.
Yeah, see, that's fair. So, on Monday, Helldivers was released.
Yes.
A few shorts come out with it.
Oh, you...
I have.
Hold on, I'm going to show Kris something he hasn't seen. Because this is what I spent... what time did I get home last night? Probably about 8 o'clock until about 11:45 doing.
Yeah.
Just have a look at that piece of paper for a second.
Jesus Christ.
Those are the shorts made from the last two videos.
God damn it.
You'll notice down the bottom there is a list of dates.
Oh, there's a list of dates too.
That's when the last one comes out. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. That's not a small number.
No.
At this point, a few of them have come out. So we're talking about this week, though.
2.
There's only 2?
2 have come out as of today. Not from Helldivers.
Okay, fine. A couple have come out.
One from Satisfactory, one from Helldivers.
I thought there was 2 Helldivers.
No, only one Helldivers.
Could have sworn I saw 2 Helldivers today.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Let me check. The list tells me everything. No, yeah, only one. One Satisfactory, one Helldivers. I'm very good at what I do, and what I do is numbers.
Okay.
See, I'm right.
One of the old ones must have popped up in my feed instead of the newer one.
That's fine. You can watch old shorts. No one's gonna get it. Not judge you on it.
Oh, fair. So yes. So 2 have come out so far.
Yes.
A couple instead of a few. My bad. More to come.
What is the definition or the decisive difference between a few and a couple?
Well, the way I decided is a couple is 2, a few is more than that. Well, more than that, but not too much more.
That's a very romantic way of looking at the situation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is, actually.
Because it's like, a couple is 2 people. A few, well, that's more than 2. An orgy is at least 7.
Well, exactly.
And that's why Kris isn't allowed to come drinking with us anymore. I see we've got an orgy at the table. No, Kris, you've got to stop that.
I've never said those words.
This week.
No, I've never said those words. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. No, never once said it.
But he is going to start saying it.
I may do.
I'm an ideas kind of guy.
Now that it's been put in my head, it's probably going to come out at least once.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
Crazy the power I have over people.
And to think, it'll be your fault that it's being said to a random group of people.
Yeah. Yes, it will. And you know what? I feel nothing for them.
Fair point. Fair.
Well, I'm a terrible human being.
As seen in Helldivers.
Oh, hang on now. That was...
Stole my gun.
You tried to kill me.
No, I didn't.
You literally tried to kill me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it backfired on you.
Where's the evidence?
Just you wait. There's a lot more to come out from that.
All I did...
None of it makes either of us look good at all.
No, that's fair.
Condescending? Absolutely.
Well, actually,
incompetent? Always.
There was the last Helldivers where I did try to burn you alive. Actually, it wasn't an attempt.
You succeeded?
I successfully did it, yes.
And what happened to you directly after that?
Oh, well, I got
Explosion.
Yeah, well, yes.
Explosion. Anyway.
So back and forth.
Yes. So Helldivers came out. That's the same part that we filmed a while ago.
True.
But it's nice to do those things every now and then. In fact, it's probably what I'll start aiming for, is to kind of do with, especially like the Satisfactories and the Minecrafts, is to just try and make 2 videos at once.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just so much easier to sit down for 2 hours. I had to actually think about the word easier there for a second.
I'm
Like, is that an actual word?
No, it's an actual word.
This is just so much easy. No, that doesn't.
This is why he's the math guy and not the English guy.
I was sitting there going, no, that sounds like I'm trying to insult someone.
Then again, that's the English language for you. There's a lot of words like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, it's so much easier to just sit down and do a 2-hour recording.
Oh, yeah.
That knocks 2 hours out of your day, and you got to be on top of that. But like sitting down and being like, okay, we'll record, and then you
do that while we're not recording. I turn that fucker down.
Apparently not. And I thought I would be the one causing issue today. Incompetence. Thy name is Kris.
Okay, now that that's done. Dad was trying to call me for some reason.
It's probably an emergency.
Maybe. Oh, he's trying again.
Would you like to answer it?
Had better. To go back to what we were saying. You're the memory guy. What were we saying?
We were talking about how it's easier just to film.
Oh, yeah, because it's...
long film.
Let's face it, it's what we do without recording anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not really like we're taking much out of our day because we're just playing.
No. But the thing is, like, yeah, it takes a little bit of planning at the time because
it does.
You kind of want to wrap up. You go like, okay, we've hit that hour because with Satisfactory with Minecraft, we kind of sit in that hour to an hour and 15 kind of range.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So like I call it the 15-minute buffer zone. We can go 45 minutes. We can go like.
No, it's vibrating.
So I'm not losing my mind. So we can go like 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, and that kind of fits into what I want to do, how it works, or And so I think it's just easy to film with that kind of in mind, and then just go like, okay, let's just roll for like 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever. But that means like at that 1 hour point, you got to be like, oh, we're at the 1 hour point. Kind of put ourselves somewhere where it's like, okay, this is the end of a video.
Yes.
You won't listen to a word I just said.
No, I got most of it, but I'm looking at this and it looks like the drawing you got there.
What drawing?
At the top of the sticky note.
Oh yeah.
Potato peeler?
No.
That's very much what it looks like.
I'll explain to you another day. Think more Urukai.
We'll
Urukai pirate.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
okay, fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so like, that's the only thing, like, at that 1 hour point, you're kind of going to be like, okay, this is a wrap up point for video 1. Just be like, dude, okay, now continue on.
Yeah, true.
But in terms of actually recording it, it's a lot easier because then we can kind of try and achieve things that can't be achieved in just 1 hour chunks. It's like,
because
we can stay more on point because literally every time we come back to Minecraft, I spend about the first 20 minutes just being like, dude, I've got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And then literally every video I think I've recorded at about the 20-minute mark, I go, that's right, I'm finding bamboo. And then I go off, and then it's, I've got like...
Have you found that bamboo yet?
No, I haven't. It's because I keep forgetting about it, and then being like, that's right, bamboo.
That was the whole point of what you were doing when you got lost.
Yeah, but I found a village instead.
And then I found a different village.
Yeah, let me tell you, what you did to that village was despicable.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. I'm editing it right now. It's terrible.
Fair. Look, I wasn't the best person during that recording.
You murdered their children and set fire to their homes. And I can say that because my plan is for that video to come out before this video.
Ah, nice.
Yes. Anyway. What was I going to say?
We got sidetracked with Minecraft.
Basically, it's just, I think it makes, because that's what we did with the last Satisfactory that came out.
Oh yeah, we recorded too.
Yep, and it made the whole thing more task orientated. Because instead of being like, oh, we've only got 10 minutes before we wrap up recording, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go and find this thing, and as long as I'm in that area when we wrap the first part, then the second part I'm already there and we're just kicking off, instead of me being like, oh, there's 15 minutes, I just find something to fuck around and do.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Whereas I'm just generally always... Actually, no, I just fuck around in the last 10, 15 minutes as well. Because I know we're about to end, because you mentioned it, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's no point in continuing.
Yeah.
So Even though I'm not on stream.
I think for those long term kind of those ones where we want to be more task orientated.
Yeah.
Just doing the 2 hours and just being get them in and out of the way.
Yeah, no.
Is a lot easier than trying to contain do everything in that 1 hour. As I said, it's very easy, especially in Satisfactory.
Yeah.
Because I realized in the last episode that we put out, a good 20 minutes of that is a good third of the start of that is I'm waiting for research to be done. Now I'm not purely waiting for research to be done. I am doing other things, but I'm also just kind of because I'm doing busy work.
So as soon as you gave me the attachments for my legs, I just started jumping and running everywhere.
Well, to be fair, that was at the end of part 2, but
true. Either way,
it was the last thing I had to achieve in that episode. But yeah, no. So I think that's going to be how we move forward with those, and then just
that's fair.
Yeah, and then today some Subnautica came out.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you about Subnautica.
Okay, go.
That game confuses the fuck out of me.
Okay.
So I came to a realization.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of C batteries lying around my base.
And you're going to pollute the ocean by dumping.
No, I found a battery charger. I just have to make it. That's been my goal in Subnautica for 4 episodes now, to find a battery charger.
Oh.
And I finally found one.
Yeah.
But I spent most of this episode just lost. At one point I'm literally just going around and I'm like, wait, how the fuck did I end up over here?
Something seems to keep happening in games you play.
I was like, no, but this
is keep getting lost.
This is worse than the Minecraft one where I was like, I'm purposely choosing to not have a map.
That is true, because you already had everything to get the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, this one is me. I'm literally there and I'm just like, I've been avoiding this point because I know it's bad. And I'm like, how the fuck did I get here by accident? And yeah, so that happened. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I did some more underwater exploring. I have a giant vendetta against the underwater fish because for some reason they just keep getting in the way of me when I'm driving around in my underwater little buzzer.
Yeah.
And they do damage to it every time they hit it. True. And so I spend a lot of my time getting in and out and repairing my little thing, being like, fucking fish, fucking. And then I got hit by a little bit of the road rage when a shark kept attacking me. And so I started attacking it back with my car.
What the hell did you bring land problems to the sea?
Well, technically it's an underwater little car because it's a sea moth.
Yeah, but there's no road, so it couldn't be road rage.
No, it was road rage because I was just buzzing along being like, I want to go from point A to point B. And then this shark was like, well, I want to stop you, and just kept attacking me. And I was like, you know what, fuck you. And so when it came out of the sand, because this is obviously one of the sand sharks, I was like,
no.
Boom! And then I hit him, and he was like, motherfucker. And went under the sand again. I went, yeah, that's right, bitch. Guess what? I'm in full seeker mode. And then I watched him and followed him, and they came out, and I went, bang! And ended that motherfucker.
Did you remember where point B was?
Look, we're not talking about that right now.
That's what I'm thinking about, though.
That's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is the fact that I taught that motherfucker what was what. And what was that you don't mess with me because I'll hit you with a vehicle.
He's making him try to sound tougher by not telling us that he got lost again.
Look, lost wasn't the point. The point was some shenanigans happened.
Oh, yeah.
And I dealt with them.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
In an appropriate manner.
You still got lost.
You call it lost, I call it exploring.
Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So then...
Sure. So then?
Oh, yeah, and then I ended up at the place I was avoiding, and they were like, and then because that kicks a story beat in, but I was not ready for that story beat, it's like, in 24 hours, the nuclear reactor's going to explode. And I'm like, I'm not ready to deal with this right now.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, is a nuclear reactor exploding really that bad? I don't like half the sea life anyway.
Fair enough, fair point.
They keep attacking me and getting in the way of my tiny little exploration machine.
Well, wouldn't sea currents drag some of that further, so it's technically worse than it would be able to land?
Well, that and water being a denser material than air holds nuclear charge for longer.
Yeah, there's a couple of things, but I said it'd be worse in the water than on land.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
those fish are dead.
Unless
they mutate, and now you've got to deal with a mutated sand shark.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you didn't think of that, did you?
And that's how that game would fucking go too.
You fucking would.
But at the end of the day, I achieved one thing I wanted to, regretted it almost instantly, and then achieved the other thing I wanted to.
Oh, fuck's sake.
It's a classic life.
It sounds like it. How many things were you trying to achieve?
One. So I outdid that.
Oh, you did. You achieved 2 things. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Exactly. Although I was hoping to have no regrets, so I also outdid myself there. So.
Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. I was going to say you did well, but then it's like, I mean, you achieved your goal.
You know what? You did adequate.
That's probably the best way to say it. I think that's it. But yeah, we'll go with that.
You achieved your goal. No, see, the sad thing about me achieving my goal...
Yeah. It was a super simple goal that you could have achieved in the first 10, 20 minutes of playing?
Well, not to my knowledge at that point.
Okay.
Because of the whole getting lost, ending up in an area I was trying to avoid, getting lost again, and then forgetting which way I left.
Okay, yeah.
The thing that I needed to get the battery charger, which has been my goal for a while now, was like literally like 200 meters away from my base in one direction. And if I just gone that direction, but I kept not going that direction because I kept forgetting I hadn't gone that direction.
That sounds right.
Just like something I could have achieved literally 5 minutes into the video.
I'll stick with adequate.
You did.
Mediocre. Mediocrely.
Yeah,
it was a mediocre job.
Yeah, no, but I'm actually really excited to get back into Subnautica. It's one of those ones where it's like, I do the little, because I play for about 45 minutes. They're shorter than the Minecrafts. Yeah. But it's the same kind of thing. It's like, you're going to get towards the end and you're like, I've got to wrap up. Like, but it's worse. It's always worse because I know I'm going to forget almost everything that I learned when I was exploring. And that's why I get lost so often.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, this is where this is. This is where this is. This is where this is. And I'm like, excellent. And the next time I play, I'm like, okay, I know where none of that is. Why is there just a beacon over there? Let's go see what that is. Oh, this is the beacon for the... Oh, I've already been here. Obviously, I put a beacon. That's why it's green.
You can't even remember the reason why you put beacons places?
No. Fuck no.
I think you need to write something down so you
This is not satisfactory. Okay? There is no goal. I think beacons where I feel like.
Yeah, I suppose, and in this you don't have someone else renaming the beacons to say what they are.
I'm not sure if I can be. Oh, I think I can, but I have to be at the beacons. And like sometimes I just drop the beacon off because I'm like, oh, my inventory is full.
You can change them in the map.
On Satisfactory?
I'm fairly certain. I'm pretty sure I changed one.
No, on Satisfactory, on Subnautica.
Oh, okay, fair enough, yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just saying there's not someone else to rename them for you.
But anyway, so I dropped my beacon off because I'm like, oh, I need to come back here later because there's something to explore. But I've got my pockets full of shit. So I go back to my base, and I come back to the beacon, and I'm like, oh, I'm close to the beacon, and oh, there's the thing I want to explore. So I don't go to the beacon, I go to the thing I want to explore. Then I fill my pockets up again, and I leave, and I'm like, oh, I don't need to come back to that beacon anymore.
And then you forget to get rid of the beacon. Okay, I see the problem.
Then the beacon just kind of stays there, and then later on I'm like, what's that beacon doing there for? What the fuck did I want to come here for? There's nothing here. Yeah, it's a disaster.
Alright, fair enough.
But also, in like in Subnautica, much like Satisfactory, I have a goal to absolutely leave human garbage throughout a beautiful natural environment. So,
sounds right.
leaving beacons just floating everywhere.
It's right up your alley.
It's just working on my goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a horrible person.
I'm the worst.
Absolute monster.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait. I've called you a monster. I don't think I ever called you that.
No, Satisfactory has nothing, I feel.
Yeah,
Subnautica
okay,
has-
no, sorry, I have called you a monster before.
Subnautica has some real
Because-
monsters.
True.
And until I get my big submarine, I can't run them over.
Oh, no.
But when I do get my big submarine, I'm taking it to the Reaper Leviathan. I'm not sure if I'll be able to take it to the other Leviathans.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
they were very much like, when we made this game, we didn't want any weapons. That's why you can have the knife, because the knife is a tool. And I'm like, okay, but what if I get the knife? What if I make a bunch of the knives and then just fire them out of the cannon?
Well, I don't... Being that there wasn't supposed to be weapons, it wouldn't really add any extra damage to them, would it?
No, but it means that I now have a ranged weapon.
Well, true, yes.
Which is something they did not want you to have. But it's like, yeah.
So why did they put a cannon in there?
Because it's called the repulsor cannon. So you can put like stuff in it and like launch it to like scare things away and stuff. But then like I was doing something and I was like, oh, you can put mushrooms in it. You can put these acid mushrooms in there and it does damage to things if you hit them with it.
Huh.
And I was like, well, hold up. Well, I put a knife in there.
True.
Now I'm firing the power of a knife at you.
It's true. And what were you supposed to do when you run it? Oh, I suppose they just wanted you to flee once you got to the Leviathans?
The Leviathans are more like, oh yeah, avoid that, and if it gets up to you, you're fucked. It's like, that's nice, but I'm human, and human don't accept you're fucked.
No. No, we don't.
I'm like, and if, so I have this, real weird thing with Subnautica,
Yeah.
because it's a game and all this, but it's like, it allows you to do so much stuff that you're like, survival situation, this is how this actually goes. It's like, you make a knife. And there's like, you can also make a titanium rod. It's like, Jesus Christ, the first thing a human would do is be like, knife on rod. Now me spear.
True.
The second thing a human would do is like, giant ship over there with nuclear reactor. Me make nuclear bomb. Me rule planet.
You can make a nuclear bomb. Just don't repair or do anything.
Well, I don't think
reactor.
it's actually going to set off an explosion. I think that's just a little bit of flavor text, because it's been like 3 days since I got that message and no explosion. But at the
Maybe
same
it just
time,
starts leaking radiation.
I have a radiation suit.
Well, yeah, you've said that.
I'm not worried about leakage of radiation.
What if there was like an absolute fuck ton of radiation? Kind of like Satisfactory that one time.
Now, see, even I'm a champion and I overcame that. I can overcome anything.
You barely overcame that.
I figured out what was going on pretty damn quick after it was seriously affecting us.
after the range was just outside, to begin with, just outside the reactors, to, oh my god, I have to run 600 meters just to get to the reactor.
To be fair, to be fair, we did decide to store all of the nuclear waste directly underneath the reactor.
Okay, we did. Yes.
Okay, that was a decision we made.
Yes, it was.
And the first day we found out that it was spreading was incredibly funny.
Yes, it was.
What the fuck is going? Why are we taking? What is going on?
And then our solution was, well, I guess we've just got to have our radiation masks and the filters.
And
When we come over here,
Like a scientist, I did a good job.
we got the masks and we did that. And
I-
then it
I
just
sized the problem.
increasingly got worse. So
Yeah.
when I say there was that small area, it was originally minor radiation, so that when we had to go 600 meters through just to get to the reactor, it was like the first 100 meters was minor radiation. The other 500 meters was, holy shit, we're burning through our masks, at which point I had to just stop going in there and give all of my stuff to Darcy so that he could fix the problem, and I still had to go make more while he was doing that just in case.
I solved the problem like a science dude does. Okay? I got all the gas, I got all the radiation gear, I went in there, I scrubbed it clean.
You did. You did fix it.
And
obviously it took its time to stop being radioactive, which is normal.
I built us a clean place where we could dispose of the radiation.
Yes. Which was Darcy's not radiation zone, or something along those lines.
Well, I can tell you what, it's definitely not. It's not just a giant fucking factory where everything gets dumped and it's now a radioactive hotspot, which even I don't think I could survive if I went there with a fucking thing full of filters.
Oh yeah, no, we're screwed if we ever go there. So if you run out of storage over there...
Oh, it's going to run out of storage.
I'm aware it's going to run out of storage.
I'm good, I'm not that good.
You're going to be like setting up things and just putting containers over there at the max distance you can walk away. It's like, nope, too much radiation, start building up from there.
Well, the problem is, like...
Then you've got to get closer to...
It's like...
use the conveyor belt.
It's like, you know, like those movies when they're in like a super dangerous situation. It's like, when you're at half air, you've got to turn around and come back. Because you're not, you gotta, and it's like you're sitting there, you go...
When I have 2,500 out of 5,000, turn around.
It's like I'm out of filters. But I only just arrived.
No.
Oh, they got.
Oh, they burn fast.
But yeah, no, that was hilariously funny.
I'd say over in an area that
to
we're
be fair,
gonna
though,
search again.
we are very terrible at that. Because, like, we also just have the raw radioactive material just coming across a conveyor belt into that area.
It's true.
We are bad at it.
Yeah, but that's not as radioactive. We can handle that ourselves.
Yeah, except when you forget and you're staying next to it, going, what the fuck is going on? I'm just here working on the fucking... Oh.
Oh, yeah,
My bad.
that.
But yeah, no, you know, like I was out there solving problems, making people's days happier.
I don't think we can safely transport that.
Oh, I could.
Well, no, you could, yeah, fair point. However, the random radiation that I constantly get...
Why you gotta fly? Why you gotta stand underneath the drone path?
It's right where I need to work.
Okay, my fault for making the drone path across our base.
I'm glad you finally taken responsibility for that.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is.
Be better. Anyway.
Jesus.
Anyway, moving back to channel news and away from Satisfactory.
Oh.
Yeah, so on Friday, we hope to drop. We hope to drop. We will be dropping, even if it takes much of my napping time away from me. The next episode of Minecraft.
Yes.
And then after this episode drops, some of those supplementaries I filmed last week can start dropping. So there's a few nice quick videos for me.
Yes.
And yeah, there's an absolute bunch of shorts going to be dropping over the next 12 days.
Yeah. More than 12 days.
No, it's 12 days from this point forwards.
But I thought the last date there was the 12th.
No, last day was the 4th.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fair enough.
That was day 12.
Oh, okay, that's where I got the... Okay, fair enough. Okay,
yeah.
Fair. Well, there's one more bit of channel news. For the next raft.
Oh, yeah, we might as well hit that one.
Yeah, may as well while we remember.
So, for the next raft, it's going to be a one-person view, my view.
Yes.
Kris didn't fuck this up this time. No, the fact that I had to add this time is why...
No, I'm well aware of this.
But no, his footage got corrupted and inflated in size to a point. It's just a stunning point. It's like about twice, if not 3 times larger than his average file.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was actually just trying to actually work on it that I was like, wait, this file is massive.
Actually, you should have realised that while I was actually transferring it all over.
Do you know what I was doing while you were transferring it all over?
Editing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm noticing shit.
No. I'm saying I should have noticed it.
You
because one of the first things I said was, oh, this is going to take like an hour because it's like 100 gigs. I was only transferring 3 videos. I didn't think about that.
And then, so the next draft, which will probably be coming out sometime next week, when I get around to it, it is going to be from my point of view only, but I don't think that's too bad because I'm pretty sure we're just on the raft for the entirety of the episode.
I was on an island once, but...
That's fine.
And we collected some stuff from underneath.
Yeah, but I was in the water while you were collecting stuff underneath, so I think I see you a bit. So.
Yeah, I mean, nothing overly exciting happened.
It's not one where we're actually exploring a new story place. The only sad part will be you do miss Kris discovering the journal that has all of his navigation points in it.
I didn't know about the journal.
To be fair, you get my point of view, so you get abject disappointment, but not his excitement of figuring out his job.
Yeah, that's okay. Fair point.
However many episodes in we are.
Hey, look, I didn't know about the... Wait, I've probably opened the journal once in this, but I don't think I realised how I did it. And then just immediately forgot about the journal. Because at that point, I wasn't the navigator. We were still just drifting.
To be fair, drifting's fine.
Yes. That's what we did for the first, 3 episodes?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
So that's something to hopefully look forward to next week. Oh, yeah. So to wrap up channel news, Kris, subscriber count.
114. We have gone up again.
Yes, we have.
It's going well.
It's incredibly satisfying.
It is.
Anyway.
Yeah. To move
that
on.
wraps up channel news.
So what's next?
I fucking don't know.
I thought this was a whole thing of whatever came to your mind.
The mind is blank. All I can think about is napping, right? You know what?
Not even the weird weekend?
The nap sounds good. Well, there was a weird weekend, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Started off pretty interesting. Were you there on Friday night?
Was I there on Friday night? No, I wasn't there on Friday night.
Were you on my ride home on Friday? No, Kris was.
What? Did I pick someone? Oh, that's right. I picked Jordan up on Friday.
I used my Kris ride home to get Jordan home.
Yeah. Which is smart because he had to do stuff.
There was that, and the fact that Jordan doesn't actually want to be out at the moment because he's very content with life.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. No, anyway, yeah. So Friday night wasn't too bad. I found out that my karaoke people have left the Heritage.
Oh.
They now do 2 nights a week at the Goat.
Oh.
Downstairs.
Ah.
In the corner bar.
Okay.
From like 9 till, I think they said 2.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So we went to the Goat after the Oxy closed, because why the fuck were we at the Oxy so late? No one knows. We're just having a good time.
Yeah, fair.
I remember we started the night at one point by throwing all of our jackets at Anna.
Oh, yeah, that was...
She was cold.
Yeah, I figured that was...
Well, she's like, I'm cold, and well, would you like our jackets? And then she was like, okay. And so me and Caleb put our jackets on her. And then she was like, Darcy, you're not wearing a long sleeve shirt. And I was like, no. And she's like, you can have your jacket back. I'll wear Caleb's. Caleb's like, you idiot, you should have wore a long sleeve shirt. And I went, no, because now I have my jacket back.
It's fine.
I found
and even if you didn't get it back straight away, you wouldn't have cared for most of the night.
No, although, there might be consequences.
Yeah, I mean, there could be consequences. But there's no proof of that.
Then we went to the Goat, like we often do.
Yes.
Went upstairs, danced for a bit.
Yeah.
Jordan must have won at the pokies because he paid for all of our entry with a crisp $50 note.
He tends to have cash in his wallet, though.
Yeah, because he goes to the pokies.
Okay, fair point.
I'm very aware how it works.
No, I mean, even before he was heavily going to the pokies, he had cash in his wallet.
Weirdo.
All the time.
This is weird.
Anyway.
So, so he paid for us all to get up. Then we all went up, we danced for a bit, had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Then we went downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, what are we going to do? And I went, oh, we can go down and do karaoke. So we went and did some karaoke for a bit.
Yeah.
Then we left.
Mm-hmm.
And went to get kebabs.
Which you regretted immediately.
Well, I didn't get kebab. I just got some chicken chippies with gravy.
I can't regret that.
No.
Yeah, fair.
But sitting there and I was just like, how can a kebab cost $30 fucking? It's not $30. It's slightly less than that, but it's still ridiculous for
Yeah, it's true.
street meat. It's not really. It has its own shop.
But it's close enough. Yes.
It may as well be street meat.
Yes.
And then we went home. You know, the tiny child gave me a lift home. And that was a relatively good night. Like, we were all done by, like, what, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? What time did I call you?
I don't... Oh, it would have been, like, 12:30.
Yeah, so, like, we were pretty much done pretty early. Because that's the reason I called Josh. Like, because John was like, oh, I think I'll go home. And I was like, oh, then I'll just call Kris. I'm like, I'll get Kris to give you a lift home. I'm like, I know I've got one a day, so I'm like, I'll just use this for Jordan. And so,
Yeah, fair.
and then so then we all got home, and I was like, oh, I'll see you both tomorrow. Anna was in stumbly Anna mode. I'm like, Caleb, just make sure she doesn't get hit by a car crossing the street. Caleb's like, don't worry, I'm on it. And then he took like 5 minutes to get out of the car, and by the time she'd already stumbled across the road. And I was just like, oh, Jesus fuck.
God damn it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Fucking hell.
And then it was the Saturday, and the Saturday, fuck me, the Saturday was rough.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how Saturday started for me. I just remember at one point I was like, I've got to go and get some beers for tonight. And I went, I'm going to be sensible about it. I went, I'm going to get beers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that way, you know, I take a couple beers around, have a few drinks, I'm good to drive home.
Exactly. It's not how it ended, but...
No. But, you know, so that happens. And, you know, everyone's there, we're having a good time. John's cooking the barbecue, doing what Johnny usually does.
Yeah.
We're all sitting around the fire, which, let me tell you, whew, did I smell like a fucking chimney the next day.
Yeah, it's always the downside of being around a fire.
No, it's the downside of being around Jordan's fire. If you burn just good wood...
It's true, yeah.
You don't end up smelling of that really, really gritty smoke.
Yeah,
but when you're just burning like planks of wood.
Yeah. And aerated wood at that?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of logs in there.
Is it treated wood as well?
Probably. Probably was once treated.
Okay.
The treatment's not like a permanent... It doesn't last permanently.
Oh, no, I know that. I'm just like, you know, if it was treated and...
It was, but like it was old wood.
Oh, okay, well, so, as long as we weren't breathing in, you know, toxic fumes.
No, it was. They were pulling it out at a job site because it had to go.
Oh, okay.
And then he brought it all home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, that kind of like, yeah, it's like why you like when you camp, you'd never end up smelling that bad when you're just like foraging for wood.
True. Yeah.
Because it's like you're just getting like good bits of timber.
True.
You know, destroying habitats for animals.
Of course.
Burning insects alive. You know, that kind of stuff.
That one's a fair one, though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but yeah, so that would always make you smell bad. Like I had to wash my hats. It was so bad.
No, that makes sense because I went to my sister's place last night and they had a fire and all I smelled last night was ashy smoke.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like yeah, we're all there. Everyone's having a good time. We're cooking up some steaks, having some stuff. Giving John a hard time about the fact that he put the eggs and bacon on to cook after everything else, not while they were cooking, so that we could have complete sandwiches.
Yeah. Obviously, after giving Jonathan a rough time about his chicken legs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then someone just shows up and questions what we're saying. It's like, well, I mean, look at Jonathan right there, and then without us even saying it, they didn't skip a beat. It was like, oh yeah, he does have chicken legs.
Josh.
Yeah, Sophie did it as well.
Oh yeah, that was fucking
Without
fantastic.
skipping a beat, it was like we didn't.
To be fair, like literally, he started it and he deserved everything he got. Because every time someone walked in, he'd go, "Oh, Kris is fat," and it's like, "Yeah, Kris is fat, but look at your chicken legs."
Yeah, I'm working on it. You're not.
But anyway, so that was all good fun. And then he cooked the bacon and the eggs, and so I ended.
All of us had like pretty much eaten. It's like, let's put the eggs on. Oh, we forgot the egg. Oh, damn it.
Like, at one point, I was just like to Jono, here, look, I have a piece of bread, and you have a stack of bacon. Just put that motherfucker in there. And I was walking around, being like, are you eating, like, a sausage and bread? I'm like, it's just bacon. I'm like, wait, is it, I'm like, it's just a stack of bacon in here.
Yeah, because, like, none of us waited for the next thing to be cooked. We were all just hungry because we'd started drinking hours ago. So we were just enough gone that we weren't even paying attention to the fact that we'd missed the eggs, we'd missed the bacon, we'd missed this. So it's like, shit.
Anyway, and then, like, you know, everyone started knocking off, heading off, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which, you know, in classic fashion is like when... Well, you know, there were people I knew would never stay until we got drunk enough to start doing stupid things.
True.
So many people got mad at me for having my feet next to the fire, and I was like, this is fine.
I was resting my well, I had shoes on, but I was resting them against the fucking fire pit.
Yeah. Like, I was...
No one said anything.
When they stole my footrest, I was like, well, I guess now.
Yeah.
They're like, your feet are in the fire, you're going to catch fire. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I will know if I catch fire.
At which point it's my feet, and all I've got to do is stand up. I've now put out the fire.
Anyway. And then they got up me for standing in the fire.
Wait, you stood in the fire?
Yeah, I was trying to break a log, so I put my foot on it and was like,
oh, that's right, yeah.
And they're like, you're going to catch on fire. I'm like, no, I'm going to get singed.
Whereas my thought process initially, and my thought process at one point was going to be, I'll just stomp on it. I'm like, wait, no. That's a bad idea.
Good thought. So all of that's happening. And then, then apparently we had to play a game which I'd never heard of before.
No, neither had I. Yeah, and they were so confused.
Play this game.
I was so confused as to why we hadn't heard of it. And then I went and found it and I'm like, it wants me to pay $7.50 a week to play it once in a book. Fuck that.
So basically what we did is we peer pressured Kris into getting it.
I still didn't pay anything because there was a 3-day free trial, which I ended the next day.
Well, fair enough.
So it was fine.
And then about the like 7 of us that were remaining were playing this game. And that was hilarious because Kris ended up the only guy on a girls' team that was just called Team Boobs. So you can't be better than that. Especially, and they're like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Sorry, we've just been making fun of Chris's weight all night, and now even the game isn't on it."
Yes. Fuck.
I'm like, fucking. I'm like, I wish Jono was here right now. He'd love this.
Oh, he would have. He would have fucking loved it.
And yeah, then we played that game, and then everyone else left.
Yes.
Except me, our friend Anna, you, who went to bed, Jordan, who lives there, and Lydia, who was there with Jordan.
Yes.
We all went upstairs and kept drinking.
Well, yeah. You already said that I went to bed. Never mind. Continue.
Well, I said you went to bed. And the other
Meanwhile, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I had to be up at 6 to go to work.
Yeah. And, like, we were very badly not aware of the time.
I'm aware of that. Look, I was aware of the time when Lydia's friend was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna head off now." And I'm like, "Oh, it's 2 in the morning." Shit.
But you never shared that with the rest of us.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, so we're upstairs drinking, chatting, talking about the great thoughts, you know.
Of course.
Because fucking Lydia loves a debate. Anyway.
Yes.
We're up there talking. And then, like, Jordan's like, I gotta sleep. And we're like, what? He's like, I'm usually waking up at this point. It's 5 in the morning. We're like, fuck. And I'm like, okay, I'm driving home. They're like, you are absolutely not driving home. How much have you had to drink tonight? And I'm like, okay, I'll sleep on the couch. I'm like, if I sleep on the couch for like 2 hours, 7 a.m., can I go home then? And they're like, yes, but you have to sleep for at least 2 hours.
Oh.
And so I'm like, fine, I'll sleep on the couch. And then they're like, don't worry, Anna, we'll get you some mattresses. You can sleep on the mattresses on the floor. And then Lydia was like, we should all sleep out here on the floor and have like a slumber party. And I was like, that's a weird statement. I'm a 30-year-old man. This is like something we used to do when I was like 10.
Yep.
And anyway, she's very persuasive. And she's like, convinced Jordan to come out. They're all on the floor and they're like, come on, you've got to join us.
Convincing Jordan was like let's do this. It's like, fuck it, why not? I'm pretty sure that's what his was.
I'm pretty sure he was not happy with me and Anna at that point.
Probably not. Probably not.
Anyway, so that happened, and then she's like, is Darcy down here with us? And I'm like, Jordan's like, yep. And I'm like, yep, I'm right here spooning Jordan. And I'm like, and now I've slept with both Kris and Jordan. How nice is that?
Except there was no spooning with me.
Oh, no.
Thank God.
Anyway, and then, yeah, about like, I don't know, about like 20 minutes after I lay down there, I'm like, actually, I have all this space if I just roll this way, and I have my own blanket. So I just and that's how I ended up sleeping on top of my phone.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I slept with my feet up on a couch while I was wrapped in a blanket.
Yeah, seems right.
And then, yeah, the next morning, Kris rocked up stairs.
Yeah, I woke up to get ready for work.
Yeah.
In poor condition.
When you came upstairs, I was we'd been asleep for about 20 minutes.
I'm away.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I didn't come straight away. It's probably 20 past 6 that I started heading upstairs.
Okay, so maybe we'd been
like
asleep
40
for like 40 minutes, but like, yeah. And then Kris woke me up and I was like, no, fuck this shit, I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, did I actually wake you up?
Yeah, I heard you walking around, I was like, man, fuck it.
I was trying to be quiet. I suppose it's very difficult.
Yeah, but the other thing is that, like, I'm just an incredibly light sleeper.
Yeah.
Like, have I ever told you about the time someone opened my door and I threw, like, a baseball bat at them?
No. No, you haven't.
Okay, I'll explain that after I tell this.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. I went back to sleep. I woke up the next morning and be like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
Because I'm a 30-year-old man who slept on a mattress on the floor.
That's what's happened. Having said that, my thought process, I didn't even notice that they were all on the floor. It was, I'd woke up, I'd walked, and I'd seen that there was mattresses and blankets on the floor, and that's all I saw. I didn't see the amount of people because I wasn't turning and looking. I just walked past it and thought, well, that's a clusterfuck, and kept walking.
Clusterfuck it was. Anyway, yeah, then it's the morning. I think it was like 9. Might have been 9, because you got home about 10, didn't you?
A little bit. Oh, I left work at about 10:30 or 10:40, somewhere around there.
Surely not that late.
Well, we went back up. It might have been like 10:25.
Well, because I was like, I got up. It was like 9 o'clock. I went, fuck, I'm dried out.
It was definitely after 10.
Because Jordan had that heater on, and I was like, argh. And so I got up, cleaned up a bit of upstairs, like where we just left cups and Coke cans everywhere.
Yeah.
Poured myself a drink of water, had a drink, looked at the time, went, oh, it's 9:30. I went, I'll still give Anna a ride home. Looked at it, and I went, they're all still like sound asleep.
Yeah.
Went back, lay back down, sat there playing a game on my phone for a bit, and then like a bit later, I was like, I think it hit 9:30, and I was like, oh, I might as well close my eyes and see if I'll get some more sleep. And then I remember hearing your car pulling up and being like, oh, that's Kris home. And I got up and I actually checked and I went, oh no, Kris is here. Well, I'll go down and see him. Yeah. So that was about 10 o'clock-ish.
No, so I definitely left work after 10. I'm pretty sure it was like 10:25, so I wouldn't have got home till after 10:30.
Anyway, point
because
is,
we got back upstairs around
but here's my point, because we got back upstairs about 11 after sitting down and talking downstairs for like half an hour. Because we actually went upstairs and we heard everyone moving around again.
Yeah.
But had Jordan told me about the hash browns, I could have put them on when I came down to see you, so they would have all been waking up to hash browns. Instead, we rock up and he's like starting to put them on, and I was like, oh, okay, radio. And then because he has a dodgy oven, it wasn't even cooking properly. Because I remember,
no, it cooks properly. No, it takes a while to get to the temperature, but then it cooks really well. Like it's annoyingly well.
And then I was like sitting there, and I was just like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna just put a chair in front of the door to keep it closed so that it heats up faster.
Yeah, it's fair.
And so I did that. But yeah, and then about 12 hours after we'd originally planned to leave, me and Anna left, and I took her home, and she was like, I'm going to sleep now. And I was like, that's probably a good idea. And I went, I will maybe see you tonight for board game night at Caleb's. And she went, oh God. And I went, yeah.
He did try to start that.
And then I came home, smelled like shit, had a shower, because had to throw all of my clothes outside to try and air the smoke out of them, because that stuff is fucking
it's
terrible.
It's potent.
Had a shower, spent ages washing it out of my hair and everything. And then got dressed, came down, laid on the couch out there, and had a snooze.
That sounds right.
And then, at about
I think I had a snooze as well and woke up at 5.
I don't remember the time, but I remember getting a message from Caleb being like, "Hey, board game night tonight," and I was like, he's like, "Oh, I heard you got. I remember you saying something about getting a new board game." I said, "Oh, it's not here yet. It's not a board game. It's a tabletop game."
Yeah.
But then he goes, "Okay, well, board game night tonight." And I went, "Yeah."
And then I didn't know.
And then I was like, "Oh," and it got to 5 o'clock, and I'm just like, "Oh my fucking God."
Yep.
Because when I say I had a snooze, I probably snoozed for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally built terribly for shit like this, where it's once I'm up, I'm up.
Yeah, no, I
and
know
it
how
kind
it
of
is.
takes a lot to get me to actually go down.
Took a
Fun
lot for me
fact,
to go
I've
down.
actually found out that if I'm in the right position, I can fall asleep while editing our videos. But I have to be in a leaning back position, so facing this way, with my headphones on, and because I was editing in Minecraft today, I literally dozed stuff, and I went, what? Shit, I've missed some stuff.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I do it all the time when playing games, and I'm just bored with the conversation that's going on, and I'll just be there and just like, Kris, what?
Yeah, and so I probably lay down for about 45 minutes and snoozed, and then the rest of the time I was just playing on my phone.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going, I should be doing this. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this instead.
Yeah.
I am very fucked up right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then, at about 6:30, he's like, no board games tonight. And I was like, oh, thank fucking God.
So, yeah, because I didn't end up messaging him back till 5, and then he said, oh.
Well, I figured everyone else who normally is there was probably in the same situation as me.
Yeah, I was like, maybe, who else is going? And that's all I said, and then he got, I'm not doing it anymore. Something came up.
Oh, okay, well, something came up. I never got that part.
Pretty sure that's what he said.
But, what I was like, okay, hang on, let me run through the people who are normally there. Kris, I'm like, Kris is probably, even with the fact that he had to leave work because of his, various health issues, is probably the best condition of all of us other than Caleb.
That didn't calm down till 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah, but you were still probably in the best condition of all of us. All things considered.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, I am dead fucking tired.
Oh, I was 2 when I left work.
Anna, probably in worse condition than me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like,
I agree with that one.
I was like, she doesn't usually do this.
You.
I'm like, where at least I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a hyperactive ferret. I can hide the fact that I'm almost dying, and people are just like, you're really chipper. It's like, ha ha ha, everything hurts.
Whereas any customer I served on that day was just like, you okay? It was like, what was it? They walked away because I sent them somewhere, and then I was sort of getting up as they were walking away to go, because I saw them walking in the wrong direction, so I walked over to make sure they found it.
Mm.
And he's just like, he turns around to me, and he's like, you okay, man? Like, you look a little dusty. You good? And it's like, oh, it's just my ass was playing up. And he's like, oh, okay, because, yeah, as we were walking away, we were just like,
that guy's gonna die.
should we go back and check on him? He's not looking good.
No, I've literally had people be like, oh, Darcy, how the fuck are you so, chipper right now? And I'm just like, my body wants to die. I'm like, the only thing is that I am just very good at functioning in this situation. I'm like, what you're going to find out is the battery has no stamina. And I'm just like, boop, 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 stop. Boop, 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 stop.
Yeah.
But we're going, and they're like, oh, so, you're going to have an early night? Fuck no.
That's not how that works.
No, I'll be up until 1 o'clock in the morning, lamenting all of my life choices the entire fucking time.
Oh yeah, it's
Anyway.
like same one. I cannot go to sleep before a certain time unless I absolutely crash.
Yep.
Like
So
that's
anyway,
it.
yeah, so I was like, okay, so Anna's even dustier than me.
Yep.
I'm like, Kris is probably in the best condition because he at least got some sleep.
Yeah.
And
Like,
stopped drinking considerably earlier than the rest of us.
that is true. So I would have been in the best condition, and boy, was I not in a good condition.
I went, Jordan is probably in the worst condition of all of us because he was definitely in the worst condition the night before. And I'm like, and
To be honest,
the
when
next morning he literally put on hash browns and then was like, I can't move anymore.
To be honest, when I got back up at 5 o'clock after crashing,
He hadn't moved.
they were just laying there watching movies because they were just lazy.
Yeah, oh well.
Otherwise, technically, I reckon at that time, when we would have been going around to Caleb's, Jordan actually would have been in the best condition.
Oh yeah.
Because one of his comments is like, still dying? As I walked past to go to the toilet. So,
Fair enough. But yeah, so I was like, none of the normal board game crew were actually in condition to really do this, other than Caleb and maybe Kris.
And I was not doing it.
But anyway, as I said, like, I was fucked. And yeah, my weekend was full of weirdness.
It was.
As I said, it wasn't a bad weekend by any means. It was just weird how that Saturday night ended up with us all in like a 4th grade slumber party.
Yeah.
Except considerably, Jordan was more naked than anyone in 4th grade should be.
It's true. However, if I stayed up drinking with them, it would have been weirder.
Yeah,
As there was another person to add to the mix.
Yeah. True that. And then, yeah, that kind of wrapped up the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sunday was a write-off.
Yes, it was.
Then I woke up Monday and I was like, I have a sore throat.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today. That is where we are today.
Yeah. Hence how he sounds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And on that note, anyway,
Yeah.
I did promise you a story.
Oh, a story.
Yeah.
After that story.
Yeah.
I was part of that story, so
The-
it wasn't really a story for me.
The light sleeping aspect.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Back when I lived in college, right?
Yes.
We could lock our doors, but our doors were really easy to unlock, like with a coin.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware of the locks.
Yeah, because they were just standard locks. And so I had a habit of sleeping really lightly, but I also had a baseball bat next to my bed because I just that's where the easiest place to keep it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, so people would like try and sneak in and mess with you,
Yeah, of course.
but I was a really light sleeper. Like the second my door opened, I'd be like awake.
Yeah.
And this one day, my mate comes to get me for lunch, and I haven't had any sleep. Well, I have had sleep, but like very little sleep because
Yeah.
I'd had a project due the day before.
Yeah.
So I'd spent the entire weekend just like powering out, like doing like 20-hour days of
Yeah.
just solid work with about an hour of like eating and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And sleeping for maybe 3 hours, but like not like a full 3 hours. Like being like, okay, while this does this, I'm gonna take a 20-minute nap. Anyway,
Yeah.
So that's how I'd been. So this day, I'm like, guys, I finished my assessment. I am sleeping until lunch. Wake me up. And so I just like went to sleep, and like, because I was friends with the people who like put the sick things on. All I would tell them is like, I've had a rough day. Can you just say I'm sick and let me sleep through the cleaning?
Oh, there you go.
Because you'd get like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'd have to leave our floor at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
so they could clean up because we were never allowed to meet the housing administration girls
Okay.
because they were our ages.
Ah.
And we can't be trusted because we're boys, and the last thing you want to do is piss off the people that clean up after you.
True, yes.
Yeah. I met them a few
Makes
times because me being me, and also the fact that like I was just super fucking chill all the time,
Yeah.
meant that like I'd be doing something and someone would be like, "Oh, can you do this?" And I'd be like, "Yeah," and then I'd like open the door and just be like 16 like girls my age. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, and they'd just fucking laugh because I think by the third time
Yeah.
they were just like, it was like, and like the lift opens and I walk out and I'm just, oh fucking hell, not again, and they're just like, we know the blonde guy. Anyway, fucking that was brilliant. Plus, I'd also see them whenever fire alarms went off, because a few of them would stay on campus, like stay on the college in their own wing.
Yeah.
And when the fire alarm went off, the whole building had to go. But me and the other seniors would just go to Macca's and get nuggets.
Of course.
And then we'd come back and just stand there while we wait for the fireys, and the girls are like around the corner, and we're just like, yeah, we don't tell the young guys that this happens, that you guys are just here because we don't want to bother you. And we're like, and they will bother you. Trust us. Anyway, so this night, it's a Monday morning, I've had the thing on, I'm sleeping through until lunch, someone come and wake me up. So my door unlocks, and I wake up, and like my friend goes, you weren't lying in bed, you just sat straight up, grabbed what was next to your bed, just tossed it across the room. I'm like, that was a baseball bat.
What?
And they went, yeah, that's the last time because like normally they would knock before opening, so the knock gives me time to come and be like, oh. But he was just like, I'll just see if he actually is awake and wants to actually come to lunch.
Yeah.
Because it was 12 o'clock, 12:30. Lunch goes until like 1:45.
Yeah.
He's like, we can all go down to lunch, then we can get him at like 1:30 and he can go down and have a quick lunch by himself if he's still fucked. But yeah, because he just kind of went, just to have a look. And I just went through it and it just smashed into the door. And I'm like, he's like, lunch? I'm like, yeah, I'm awake. But yeah, no, fucking HA. Oh. It was also the few times, because as I said, I just get them to put the sick thing on my door. This person is sick, do not disturb. But then because like I do that when I was super tired, I just fucking forget and like open the door and like walk out and be like, fuck. And the girl's like standing there, it's like, you know what, I was gonna go to the bathroom, but I'll just go back in there for a bit, shall I?
They that strict on them.
They really didn't want us intermingling, because it was part of their practical, because they were all doing like sort of like TAFE stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So like they would get sent to us as part of like doing their practical for hotels kind of administration and all that kind of stuff. You know, like I don't remember what it was called, but like pretty much training for like working in super fancy hotels and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so they'd get sent to us. So for them it was work. They were being paid to be there. They were doing this.
Yeah.
For us, it was just our everyday kind of life.
Well, yeah.
And it's like, I personally, I fully agree with it, because I was like, a few of the boys were like, why can't we see them? You know, and they're like, we see the ladies. And it's like, yeah, you see the ladies who work here and give us our food. It's like, they're like 3 or 4 of them. Like, we pretty much knew who they were because we would see them constantly. I'm like, the ones who actually do all the upstairs stuff and some of the cooking are the younger ones our age, the students who are being paid to be here, and it's part of their coursework to be here. It's like, and we don't want to be disturbing that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And the other thing is, like, yeah, as I said, you do not want, like, a few of the young guys thought it'd be really cool if they could meet up with a girl from HA and just, like, have a couple of dates, hook up with her a few times, and I'm like, no, you don't want that.
Yeah.
And they're like, why not? And it's like, because I've been to some of your rooms, and if a girl that you're dating or a girl that you're interested in ever found out that she was cleaning your room and it's the room that's your room, that's over.
Yeah.
Also, revenge sucks, motherfucker.
It's a big thing.
So it's better to just keep it separated.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. It's just the weird thing of like you just getting to the elevator and be like,
No, when I'd say like, shit, I'm in trouble, it'd be like, Darcy, did you go up to your floor when you weren't supposed to? It's like, yes. In my defense, the elevator was unlocked for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck. Did that happen again? I'm like, yes. And like, one of the guys there was like, why does this always happen to you? It's like, because I literally have all of my classes on a Tuesday. And then he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, on all the floor cleanings, not only am I here all the time, I'm like, when it hits time to go up, I'm like 100%, I'm ready to go. I'm waiting in the elevator because I want to go back to bed.
Yeah, fair.
And it's like, I'm just always here.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So it's more likely to happen.
Yeah. And like, if they're like running late or they've had something, like, I remember one day we got up and I literally heard them like running, and I was like, fuck. And then I heard giggling because I went, fuck. And they realized that
it's like, it's him again.
It was like they realized they'd been heard, and I was like, and then they're like, No. We're good.
We're good.
We made it to the other floor, and I was like, oh, thank fucking God. But yeah. No, there has been a few
What did they
times
call
where
down the steps? No, we made it. It's all good.
No, up, because they worked their way down.
Oh, okay.
But like there was a few times where it's like I remember like one day I was like walking, I'm like, and I like saw something in the hallway. I'm like, that shouldn't be there. Walked into my room, walked back. I see like this girl like poke her head out, check, run out, grab the thing she'd left behind, and run back. I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm like, at least it was me and not one of the fucking first years.
Oh yeah, because first years probably would have fucking said something.
Those would be like, hey, what are you doing up?
Whereas you're just like, fuck.
Well, the other thing was, it was a very strict college.
Yeah.
Being all male and run by, and being a Catholic college,
Yeah.
there were very strict rules about where, like, no girls pretty much in the sleeping areas.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, people go like, oh, that's crazy. It's like,
no, it makes sense for a
it
Catholic
seems super
college,
strict, and it is a bit strict, but at the same time, you're not, like, it's not like you're living in an apartment. You're living right next to someone else, and your amorous behaviour could upset them.
Yeah, and let's face it, it's a Catholic college.
And also,
it's
it
to
was...
be expected.
Exactly. There was Catholic, and also the other thing was that there was a bunch of boys there who were from, like, political families and all of this kind of stuff, and big names and all that kind of stuff. So, there's that side as well.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, conservatives. So, like, we're talking about the people who are, like, no sex before marriage.
Oh, yeah.
Type things.
Yeah.
And get married at, like, 22 because, obviously.
Because they don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, exactly. And have, like, 7 or 8 kids. Like, you remember the New South Wales Premier before the current one?
No.
Guy by the name of Dominic Perrottet?
No.
No, well, I went to university. I lived across the hallway from one of his younger brothers.
Oh, well, there you go. That makes sense.
Yeah. And there were like 12 of them.
Jesus Christ. No.
And a guy I live next door to married his younger sister. Francesca Perrottet. So, yeah, as I said, like, I never had an issue with that because, you know, as a lot of my friends and me just kind of figured out, we had friends' places we could crash at if we wanted to.
True, yeah.
And, yeah. But a few times, like, when we say girls weren't allowed up there, it was super easy to sneak someone upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And we pretty much said to the lads, look, okay, it's super easy, but don't do it. And they're like, oh, but it's super easy. It's like, yes, but you're not thinking right. We're like,
yeah.
Girl comes upstairs, you get caught by me and Nick. We give you a ribbing and go like, what the fuck are you doing, sunshine?
Yeah.
And we make fun of you. That's as far as it goes. But like, a floor tutor catches you. Even our best, even Patty and Will, you know, Will's one of my best mates.
Yeah.
I'm like, they've got to have words with you about it and let the college know because they're part of the college, the team that runs the college.
Yeah.
I'm like, one of the deans catches you, you're gone.
Go ahead. 100%.
And it's like, because you've broken their most sacrosanct rule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and all the deans, I'm like, not all the tutors are Catholic. I'm like, if Will catches you, he's going to have words, but he's not against it. He's just, you know, it's part of his job. We're like, but all of the deans are super fucking Catholic.
Yeah.
And they will bring the hammer down on you. And it's like,
yeah.
So you're lucky.
And it's not even a warning situation. It's like, nope, out.
Yeah, it's like, you're lucky if you're caught by us. Well, no, you get to stay for the rest of the term, but you don't get invited back.
Oh, you're fair.
But, you know, like, we're like, you're lucky if you get caught by us. It's like, but the thing is, it's like, because the floor I lived there for my whole 4 years there, but 6th floor, we were the chillest floor, because we had me, Nick, Dookie, Boops, like, we were the seniors, and, like, when the seniors are the ones that are like, nah, we can't come out to play this game of touch football, because we're super busy playing NBA on the Xbox, and they're like, that's not good sports floor spirit, but okay, and then they go, and then we're just like, okay, motherfuckers, let's prank these bitches.
Yeah.
You're on the chillest floor. But the other floors had seniors who were less chill, more Catholic-minded, more...
Yeah.
It's like, you get caught by one of them, it's as bad as getting caught by a tutor. If not worse, because they will just go straight to the deans and tell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a tutor can take it into their own hands, reprimand you, and kind of say, oh, look, so-and-so broke a rule. We have to say they broke rule. They don't have to tell what rule they broke.
Yeah.
But, you know, depending on who you're caught by, it depends on what happens. But yes, some of them were like, you get caught by one of your seniors to, like, what some of our firsts were like, you get caught by one of us. We're going to help you smuggle her off the floor, get her down on the first floor where everything's fine, and say, and probably pay you out for it for the rest of the fucking year.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But we're like, you get caught by the wrong person, and it's no guarantee you're going to get caught by us. Because I remember one day I walked out, and one of the boys was like, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then the girl came running out, and he's running with her, and I was like, oh, fuck me. And then he both turned and looked at me, and I'm just like, well, don't fucking stop! Like, you get to that fucking staircase! I'm like, this is bad for both of us, because if anyone else fucking walks out...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm like, I don't want to fucking do paperwork.
Fuck that shit.
And I'm a third year at this
It's
point.
100%
And he's like,
get to the stairs.
oh, fuck. And I'm like, you fucking look that way, didn't look this way, and just fucking ran. I'm like, oh, fuck me. But yeah, no, that happened, and I was just like, dude, okay.
And it's 100% get to the stairs, because don't fucking take the elevator.
I was like, first of all, okay, don't do it again. I'm like, I know it seems fine. I'm like, but just don't do it again. I'm like, anyone could have been walking down that hallway at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know everyone on the floor's a pretty chill person. I'm like, but what if it had been one of the tutors? You're in a shit ton of trouble just then. I'm like, what if fucking Tim or Joe had just been... Tim and Joe were the deans. Well, there was some deans. Arthur was the dean.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what if Tim or Joe had just been doing a visit like they often do? What if someone had just been like, oh, by the way, Tim, can you have a look at this? Like, what if it had been David? David was one of the college, the team that run the college, but he lived on our floor.
Yeah.
But he wasn't always there. I'm like, or Noah, who was our handyman. I'm like, there are so many people who could have been walking down this hallway at that time to do something.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe they were just wandering the halls, checking on something. Maybe Noah had been told that there was a leaky shower or something. You know, I'm like, what if it could have been anything and you didn't even like properly check?
No,
I'm like,
fucked up.
I'm like, so just don't do it again. I'm like, there are better options. I'm like, and in all honesty, yeah. I'm like, you're fucking lucky it was just me.
Yeah, true.
And then, so then we, I think about 2 days later, me and him had another little chat. Because it was like, yeah, by the way, about that thing, and I'm like, it went as far as it had to go in that conversation. I'm like, I'm not taking it any further. I had no need to. I'm like, look, I understand. We all want to hang out and, you know,
it's fair, yeah.
Find a nice, pretty young thing. We're in college, have fun, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, there are some cheap hotels around, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't come back here. Maybe to their college.
Or, you know, be a gentleman and take her home and then stay home with her.
Yes.
But the thing is, I'm like, honestly, if you like living here, the big thing you've got to remember is where to take these types of risks. You know?
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy because, as I said, a lot of people went like, "Oh, that's crazy." Them be telling a bunch of adult young men that they can't sleep with people. Like, at no point did they say we can't sleep with people. They just said,
they can't.
Don't do it on our campus.
Yeah, they just said, "Don't be here."
Yeah, they said, "Don't do it upstairs." Okay.
Yeah.
But
on the first floor.
You'd be a fool to. That's where all of the dean's offices are.
yeah, true.
But anyway, no. And so, like, I was just like, you know, like, as I said, fucking book yourself a hotel room for $100 and just go there. If you've got a real plan. That's what Dookie would do whenever Charlotte came into town.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Although, you know, they were in a long-term relationship.
Well, yeah, true. It's a bit different.
Yeah, but, you know, at the same time, we all had friends at other colleges. It's like, just tell your friend, hey, look, was probably one of the funniest things I ever said was like, not funny as in it was ha funny, but like just like I was talking to one of the younger boys and he was talking to his mate who lived at New College, and then he was like blah blah, and my mate had a crush on this girl who lived at New College. And I went, okay, so what you do is you go to your mate and you say blah blah this blah blah that, and he's like okay, and I'm like, because we catch your mate sleeping in your bed. We go, what the fuck? And he goes, oh, sorry, I think I let me in, and then I just kind of crashed here. But he had to leave for class in the morning. We go, oh, whatever. Just sign out on your way out, mate. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And we just go, that's a bit weird. Yeah. But like, we catch a girl in your bed, things go out of control. We catch a guy staying in your room who's your mate. We go, that's a bit weird, but whatever. Yeah. It's like, and you just take his room at New College where they have no problem with that.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
Yeah, well said. And he was like, wait, why? Oh shit. And I was like, yeah, I know. Mate, I've been here for 3 years. I know what I'm fucking doing.
Yeah. Not fucking difficult.
It ain't fucking rocket science.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I think that just about wraps us up, doesn't it?
I think so.
I don't think I have anything more to say. I want to blow my nose again.
Yeah, you didn't sound right.
I want to probably cough a little bit more.
That sounds right.
This isn't going to be the funnest to edit.
No.
And I don't have a fucking lot of time tomorrow. Oh, jeez.
No.
Sad Panda is sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing if you haven't already. It really does mean a lot to us here. And until next time, I've been Darcy. A little bit sick, Darcy, but Darcy nonetheless.
Yes.
He's been Kris, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we will catch you next time right here on the channel.
Yes.
But until then, guys, see you later.
That's it.
No, I'm not reaching you, but you have to. I'll put my hands in my lap. No.
And then,
I've had blood. It's not dry though. It's like, oh, that's a rupture.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. And then like that afternoon, I'll blow my nose again. I'm like, oh, that's the dry blood.
No, never dry blood. I just get a fucking hose up there and clean out the old sinuses.
That's what you need to do.
Like, what do you got? Oh, it's only 20 psi. Get the fucking pressure washer. That'll blow the top of your head off. Here's hoping.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
Also, my mustache hairs are getting a little bit long. So they dangle just in front of my lip.
Yeah, I know.
And then I get a little bit wet. And then it's like...
So you're supposed to like trim it every couple of days.
Yeah, but then I get lazy. And then I go, okay, I trim it all down. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, good. Then I shave it. And then I go, okay, good. And then, like, for the last 2 weeks, I've been shaving every 2 days. At great personal risk to myself.
You know, like, the weird point that I get to? It gets long enough that I'm like, I'm going to go shave. It's upstairs.
Curtains.
So I just, like, curl my lip so, like, the hairs are just, like, just between my teeth. And then I use my teeth to cut it. And then just,
You're
weird. And then I throw the hairs in the bin. I don't eat the hairs. But...
And then,
But it's a weird thing.
So I was shaving every 2 days, but I was just like, as I was keeping everything like really trimmed, so I didn't need to use my trimmer.
Yeah.
And then, I haven't shaved this week, so it's all come back and it needs to be trimmed down again before I take a razor to it, because that's how accidents happen.
Yeah, mine's very much if I don't do it every day with what I use. If I don't do it every day, when I come back a day after, I'm like, get the trimmer out. I've got like a 2-day, so I've got to do it every day or else I'm fucked. I gotta do it.
I try and do it like every 2 to 3 days, for good reason. The skin can get quite irritated from having a sharp blade.
Oh yeah, no, the sharp blade makes sense. You'd only do that every couple of days.
So then I go, okay, so the sharp blade's there. It's like, okay, I'm not going to shave tomorrow because I'm going to let the skin calm the fuck down.
Of course.
Motherfuckers need to chill.
Well, that's where on those days what you do is you get one of the, like, what I use, and just lightly go over the top just to knock...
Oh, no, it's fine because...
the high stuff down.
There isn't... unevenness with the straight blade.
Yeah.
So it'll grow on the day after. Well, it'll grow from the point it's been shaved.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like become an issue till about 2-3 days later. And then it's like you can just hit it again because it's still small enough. But once you hit to about the 5-day mark, which is about where I am today, it's like now you're dealing with hairs that are thicker than the blade.
Yeah.
And longer than its cutting edge. And all it takes is one of them bending, the blade gets stuck, goes up into that thing, and then like just becomes a rough fucking ride for it.
Well, true, yeah, fair point.
And so now I've got to hit it with the trim it all back down.
And your suggestion was getting me to that point and giving me a blade?
No, my suggestion to you is buying you a blade for your 30th birthday.
I've got a year to go.
Yeah. You know, you've turned 30. Congratulations. From this point on, every time you shave, I want you to consider the fact that you could die.
Fair enough.
And I want you to be doing that at least once every 3 days.
Well, fair.
It's healthy for a man to think about his mortality that often.
Fair point.
Like, it's no Roman Empire, don't get me wrong, but...
Well, yeah, true.